To the fourth quarter we go from Warren Central High School. 24-6 is our score. The Bengals on top of the Cowboys. The Cowboys are driving. They have the ball. It is 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. The Cowboys are moving from left to right. And here to take you through the play-by-play in this fourth quarter is the one, the only, Jimmy Stratman.
Trayton Price in the backfield, ready in a shotgun formation. He gets the snap, and he's chased immediately, and he is dragged down. The ball is loose. The Bengals fall on it. And the referee is going to say that he was down before the ball came out. I didn't see that at all.
It was close. It was close to the knee being down and the ball coming out. It also probably could have been called an incomplete pass as Price was trying his hardest to get rid of the football, but is brought down. A big loss of about 10 yards by Price, and great pressure from the Bengals up front. Not the way the Cowboys want to open up the fourth quarter.
Not at all. The Cowboys back now at their 50-yard line, 10 yards behind the original line of scrimmage for second down. Trayton Price sends a man in motion from left to right. Another high snap. He rolls back. Flag comes down, and he tries to throw this one. It goes about 5 yards and then just hits the ground. But there is a flag on the play. A holding penalty against the Cowboys is going to back him up another number of yards.
What was the story of this third quarter, Jimmy? Penalties against the Bengals. What's been the story through 2 plays of this fourth quarter? Penalties and negative yards against the Cowboys. Just a tale of 2 quarters, and we only had about a 60-second break in between snaps in the quarters.
The Bengals actually elected to decline the penalty. They figure that the Cowboys are back far enough. They'll take the loss of down. It is 3rd down from the 50-yard line. 20 yards to get a first down for the Cowboys here. A do-or-die period. 7:17 left in the fourth quarter. Trayton Price in the shotgun formation sends multiple men in motion, and a timeout will be called by the Cowboys.
3rd and about 20 to go for the Cowboys, so they need a big play, probably their biggest play of the game. Second to the 42-yard touchdown run from the first quarter by Aiden Payne.
Trayton Price is alone in the backfield. Then he sends a man in motion, turns around, tries to give it to him on the end around, but he fumbles the ball, and now he's just going to have to try to make an athletic play, and the Bengals snuff it out. It's Jake Napier, Jake Napier actually making the tackle in the backfield, and that's going to bring up 4th down and much longer. The ball spotted at the 46-yard line for the Cowboys.
It honestly could have been worse for the Cowboys right there. There are 2 orange jerseys in the vicinity. Luckily for Trayton Price, he had the thought of mind to pick the ball up and not try and make anything happen out of it. He also had the thought of mind to pick the ball up as soon as he realized it was on the ground and not let either of the Bengals that were near pick the ball up and potentially take it the other way.
It looks like the Cowboys are going to go for it with 6:25 remaining in the game. They drop back. Trayton Price drops back. He's getting chased, and now he's just going to have to run with it, and he is tackled, hit hard at about the 43-yard line by number...
That's Tate Hanks. He's feeling better. He's bringing the boom there. And it looked for a moment as if that play was supposed to be a passing play by Price. Then he decided almost as if himself he wanted to keep it and try to run with it, but had nowhere to go. And offense just not working well today for the Cowboys. It will be Bengal ball. 6:16 remains, and it looks like the Bengals are on their way to claiming the Division II title.
Davis Moran also in on the stop for the Bengals, who take over with 6:16 left on the clock here in the final quarter of play. Triangle running back formation for the Bengals. Spencer Newman shotgun sends a man in motion from left to right, and now he's going to run with it. He's tackled at the 41-yard line by a couple of Cowboy players, and it'll be 2nd down.
Short field here to work with for the Bengals, and you know they're just going to keep it on the ground, most likely keep it with Newman. They do have Hanks back there in the backfield in case Newman's in trouble and wants to pitch it back, but Newman's a ball hawk in the sense that he wants to score every time he touches the football.
Pistol formation, one running back in back of Newman, who is in the shotgun formation. A tight end out to the left side.
Bengals clearly in clock kill mode. They're taking the imaginary play clock as far down as they possibly can.
They motion another man from right to left, and now Newman is going to keep it. He's got a little bit of a blocking, gets to the outside across the 35, 30, 25, and he's pushed out at the 23-yard line.
Looks like Isaiah Gee once again arguably the player of the game outside of that long run by Aiden Payne in the first half. But Key once again there to make this stop. A nice run by Newman, a fresh set of downs for the Bengals.
Clock continuing to run. 5 minutes remain in the Division II championship game of this year's Toy Bowl, the 2015 Toy Bowl. Jimmy Stratman alongside Fletcher Keel here on the Sporting Times Broadcasting Network. We are just absolutely loving the experience of broadcasting the Toy Bowl today. And the Bengals have a 24-6 lead, looking to tack some more on. Spencer Newman in the shotgun, takes the snap, goes straight up the middle past one defender, and he's going to get tackled just across the 20-yard line. Actually, he's still on his feet. Somehow, he played the role of the escape artist and got 2 or 3 more yards. After the play, he's going to be marked down at about the 24-yard line.
At 54, Andrew Grimes thought he had himself the tackle, and turns out he didn't quite. He was the first guy to put a hand on Newman, but wasn't able to quite bring him down yet. And this is probably the most methodical drive that we have seen by the Bengals tonight, and it's all been Newman out of shotgun, taking it, finding his hole, and picking up yards.
One receiver spread out to the right side, 2 tight ends in on the left. Spencer Newman in the shotgun formation, a pistol formation with a running back behind him. I believe that is Hanks. He's waiting for the snap, motions a man out to the left. He now pitches it to Hanks. Hanks has a hole, going towards the outside. He's across the 5-yard line, going all the way to the outside. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals! Tacking on another score. The Bengals increasing their lead, and it's looking increasingly likely that this is going to be the result of Bengals win in the Division II championship game of this year's Toy Bowl.
17-yard run there for Tate Hanks.
Now the Bengals will send out the field goal unit,
results in a touchdown.
To tack on 2 more points and all but assure themselves of hoisting the gold trophies that sit off to the near side of the 50-yard line. Tate Hanks will kick this one. He puts it up, and this one is well short. Well short, no good, and the lead remains 30-6 in favor of the Bengals.
And what a run right there by Tate Hanks. He was very content with being in the middle of the field until he saw that he had room on the far side, and he was kind of going forward as he was heading to the sideline, but it was very lateral motion. And then once he got the edge, he had one tackler to break, was able to do it. Just a very, it almost sounds weird, but a very methodical, not only drive there by the Bengals, but a methodical run there by Tate. And that makes it 30-6 with 3:41 left to play.
Very patient in his runs is Tate Hanks, getting to the outside on that one, bouncing it all the way from the left side of the field across the middle to the right side. Then he takes it in for 6 points, putting the Bengals up 30-6 with 3:41 left to play in this Division II championship game of the 2015 Toy Bowl. The Bengals getting set to kick this one off. The referee handing the ball to the kicker, and he will back this up. I believe that's Mr. Hanks also kicking these off. He has been doing most of the work in the special teams department for the Bengals in this one. A traditional lineup for the Cowboys. They kick it short to the Bengals. The Cowboys fall on it at the 50-yard line. That's where they'll take over, starting what could be one of the last drives of this game, the way that these two offenses have been moving in the second half. Very slow-paced, just trying to wear down, chip away at the defenses. This could honestly be the last drive of the game, depending on how the Cowboys do.
If not the last game, the second to last game, because the next time the Bengals get the football, they're going to want to kill as much time off the clock as they can. And I think they're pretty satisfied with their 30-6 lead. But hopefully, let's see if the Cowboys and Trayton Price can come back and get another score on the game to make it interesting.
Short pass almost intercepted. Oh, my.
Dalton Moody was streaking into his man in coverage, nearly had it. It just went right by him. It might have even hit off of his arm. He thought he should have had the interception. He almost still can't believe that he didn't. But what a play right there by Moody.
Trayton Price had no running backs in his backfield, which signaled pass all the way for the Bengals. And they jumped it, absolutely jumped it. Dalton Moody just a hair of an inch away from making that interception. He was so close, but as it stands, it's 2nd down and 10 yards to go from midfield for the Cowboys. Dropping back is Trayton Price, looking to throw again, and he's going to get tackled, sacked in the backfield by, I believe, number 23, Tucker Vernon for the Bengals. A loss of, well, a bunch, probably 7 yards on that one, and a timeout will be taken by the Cowboys.
And this Bengals defense has just been swarming this drive. The best defensive series we have seen on the day for the Bengals, and things just unfortunately not going right here for the Cowboys. Take a timeout, a good timeout taken by Coach Bemis, wanting to calm his guys down, saying, all right, hey, we still have time to get some points on the board, have to convert this 3rd and long. It looks to be about a 3rd and, I want to say maybe 3rd and 16. It is very long. The ball is sitting at the 43-yard line of the Cowboys, and they have to get to the 40-yard line of the Bengals. So not an ideal down and distance, but certainly manageable. And the Cowboys have been able to break off for long runs today, but almost all of them came in the first half, and they're going to need something to go their way here in the second half.
Timeout is over. Teams resume to their positions along the lines for 5-man front for the Bengals. A lot of players in the second level for them. Trayton Price takes a snap, looking to throw again, and he is just going to get out-muscled. The offensive line for the Cowboys is getting out-muscled by the Bengals. He's going to go down for a sack.
Jacob Compton on the coverage, number 38 in black and orange.
Yep.
And you're right, out-muscled, but not even that. It's more as if the Bengals know when the ball is going to be snapped more than the Cowboys do, because as soon as the ball snapped, there are 4 orange jerseys in the backfield ready to bring Price down. Unfortunately for the Cowboys here, every play this drive has gone backwards, and they're keeping the offense on the field for 4th down. You don't really have a choice here. 2:25 and counting left to play. Down 30-6. You need some points to gain a little bit more confidence. Ball at the 31-yard line.
And hey, the Bengals were 9-1 this season. The Cowboys 6-4. Bengals a perennial powerhouse. You know what they're going to do. Trayton Price takes the snap, throws a little short pass, but it drops incomplete. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Was looking for Kibabo right there, and that was a very interesting play there. It was about a 2.5 step drop, and then he quickly got it out as soon as he could. I wonder if he felt pressure, but there really wasn't any pressure in the area, and that might all but do it there, Jimmy, with 2:07 left to play. 30-6 is our score, and we'll see how the Bengals play this drive. They have the ball at the 36-yard line in Cowboys territory.
They're probably just going to look to run the clock out. Spencer Newman coming back onto the field for the Bengals. Slowly walking. Clock will start running with 2:05 remaining in the game. Newman in this pistol formation takes a snap, is going to throw this one across the middle, completes his pass to the 30-yard line before a host of Cowboys bring down the receiver.
That's our first completed pass today.
Yep,
between the 2 games that we have seen. I believe that was Jack Lawless, number 75, the man to catch it.
A nice little one-step drop from Spencer Newman allows his receiver to find a pocket of space across the middle, and he fires it in there. Completed pass, gain of 5. Bengals now at the 30-yard line of the Cowboys. Newman standing up, waiting for the okay to drop down and take the snap.
Wonder if it's kneels from here on out by the Bengals. Newman is under center.
He's going to send a man in motion. Snap, looking to pitch it to Hanks, and he's not going to pitch it. He's going to try to run, gets probably 2 yards before he is hit hard by a Cowboy defender.
I was actually surprised he got any positive yardage out of that. Is able to get a couple yards, makes it 3rd and 3, but this late in the game, the down and distance doesn't really matter as we are under a minute to go. 30-6 is the Bengal lead, and maybe only 2 more plays left in this one before a champion is crowned.
The Bengals waiting, taking their time before they snap this one. One receiver out to the right side. Under center goes Newman, and it looks like he's just going to take a knee. He does with 33 seconds left. They're probably going to have to snap this one more time.
Here's the interesting thing is 4th down. And so you can't just take one more knee. I don't think I think there's enough time on the clock where you don't have to take a knee as both teams are headed to the sideline. So that's going to do it.
That's your ball game, folks. The Bengals take the Division II Toy Bowl championships by a score of 30-6. Spencer Newman, the catalyst for the Bengals. He did absolutely everything for the Bengals offensively today, and the Cowboys just a tough day at the office. Couldn't quite find a rhythm, couldn't quite get anything going, and in the end, they come out on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, then it started out as if it was going to be a much closer game. Again, the very weird, the kick was recovered. The opening kickoff from the Bengals was recovered by the Bengals, and we thought that Newman had picked it up and took it to the house. It turns out you can't move the ball forward. He scores on the first play from scrimmage. You're thinking everything's going against the Cowboys here. Not so fast. They put a drive together. They put points on the board. It's a 2-point game at one point, and then Spencer Newman just proves to be too much. What a game we saw, though. It's not that the Cowboys necessarily played a bad game. It was just today the Bengals were the better team, and the number 1 seed wins the Division II Toy Bowl, and they finished 2015 with a 10-1 record.